Paralyzed. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Hey guys, Hoffster here, and today I'm going to be covering the new public testing update from June 6, 2019. If you don't know how to get on public testing, the Flash Player link is in the description. You can log in with a new account, so your prod account will not work. You can log in, there's pet food, there's all that stuff, characters are insta-maxed, and the dungeon spawn at the top of the map. Let's jump into the first dungeon, called the Gigantic Cave. So you're going to spawn in like this cave-like mushroom biome, and there's going to be these little pink crystals which you have to run around and clear. Everything in here does a crap ton of damage and has a crap ton of health. The best luck I've had was rushing it on a Trickster. I've also seen people rushing it on Mystics to clear the crystals. So once you clear 100% of the crystals required to power up the drill, you'll head to the drill, which will be in front of the boss room. So much like a normal dungeon, you still have to find the drill. But once that drill is powered up and found, it opens up a way to the boss. The boss is kind of weird. It kind of circles around, kind of looks like the Eater of Worlds or the Destroyer from Terraria, if you've played that. When you kill that, an entrance to the Crystal Cave will open, which is kind of like the epic version of this dungeon. Same thing, run around. Honestly, the best luck I've had is just rushing past all the high defense monsters, since they just have way too much health. You can clear the crystals out pretty easily, and then you can get to the boss. Now, the boss differs based on how many people are there, so you might have a different experience. Also, this is subject to change as well, just want to put that out there. The boss is kind of difficult, lots of shots, very anti-melee, lots of high damage, fast-moving shots, also lots of high damage, slow-moving shots, so be careful. There's a lot of weird patterns too. Once the boss goes into rage, you'll probably die because you'll probably be standing around the edge and just insta-die to the crystal water, I guess. But if you don't, there's a lot of shots left for you to dodge. So that's it for the new content. As I said, I'm just brushing over this really quickly. Next we have the LOD rework, which is a complete overhaul to all the bosses. I really enjoy all these fights, especially Fergus and the red dragon. Not so much the green one, just because of the sprites. They're a little clunky and kind of Terraria looking, in my opinion. Once you get to the final boss, which is Ivory Wyvern, whichever dragon you kill last will be the statue that is indestructible. Other than that, you just pretty much run around, destroy the statues, and shoot the boss while trying to stay alive. It's not a very difficult fight, there's just a lot of shots that you need to dodge. He'll explode into treasure once you defeat him. It's kind of cool. Hopefully they rework some of the items or something to make it worthwhile for players like me who've completed the LOD and don't need to do it anymore. But oh well, if not, new players get to enjoy these cool new boss fights. Now for the Shaitaan rework, completely different boss fight, as well as I think it's harder. Very dodge intense, but what do you expect from a bullet hell? At the end, he turns into a big scary head and fires lasers that fry up chodes, so be careful of that. Now for the Eye of the Dragon rework, the body segments respawn, and the phases are based on damage rather than time. The second phase of the Eye of the Dragon now has more lasers as well, as you're seeing here. Lots of lasers, good stuff. Alright, and now jumping into the controversial part of this video, the melee nerfs. Paliseal currently gives 1.5 increased damage. They've nerfed that on testing to 1.2. So instead of a 50% increase on damage, you're getting a 20% increase on damage. This is the same with the Warrior Helmet buff, from a 50% increased fire rate to a 20% increased fire rate. Yeah, big nerf, less damage, hulls will be much harder. Well, hulls will take much longer. That's pretty much it for the melee nerfs, aside from 85% damage reduction from defense down to 75%. So this actually kind of sucks for all classes. So now smaller shots that normally you would just tank, you're going to have to dodge, because they might even do up to like 5 damage more. For shots like flying brain shots, probably will do 8 and 9 instead of 7 on a max defensed archer or something like that. Now, for the status effect rework, this is kind of interesting in my opinion, and I think it's kind of a bad idea. Almost all things can be dazed, paralyzed, stunned, etc., but now have an immunity equal to 3 times the duration of the status effect given to them. So let's say you paralyze something for 5 seconds, it'll be immune to paralyze for 15 seconds. So yeah, stuff like the void entity cannot be stunned and paralyzed, so it starts going the opposite direction, and people can mess it up much easier. Not sure if I'm a fan of this. It It's kind of not how the game works, and it's kind of destructive, and that you can screw up a lot of stuff that isn't meant to be screwed up, especially since Paralyze messes up the direction that an enemy's going. Now, this is also the same for players. You can't get chain paralyzed anymore, and the duration of your immunity is based off your vitality stat. So, gives used to vitality, but in a way that we never really thought would need to happen. Weird buff, but okay. So that's going to be it for this episode. Let me know in the comments what you think about the new dungeons and the reworks. Also, I especially want to hear what you guys think about the melee nerfs and the status and vitality reworks. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.